Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're here to finish the last part of the setup. Previous tutorial I showed you how to set up the laser and we actually did a test laser piece. So now what I'm going to do is show you how to install the tumbler material that we need to be able to etch tumblers and so forth. So first thing you want to do is take out your grates, your laser grates. At this time when you take them out, before you put them back in, is a good time to go ahead and clean them before you put them back in. It's just good housekeeping. So now we've got the grates out, and we had cleaned our pan out the last time. So what you want to do now is center your laser kind of in the middle, then grab the whole axis bar and pull it to about the middle. Once you've done that, you're going to see two screws on the side of your laser. Turn them to loosen the laser without them coming completely off. Then you take and turn the laser, and if you notice, they're springs, so you're not going to lose them when you do it. So once you've taken them out, turn the laser, being very careful of the small wires. You don't want to pinch them or get too crazy. And then start your screws back up and twist them into locking snugly. Don't get crazy there again, just do it finger. Don't put no tools or nothing on it so you don't take the chance of breaking it. So once we've done that, we're pretty much all set up, getting ready for the tumbler. So now we're going to slide this all the way forward. And if you notice, over here on the left side of the machine, there's two screws. Before we can install the tumbler piece, we got to take those two screws out. So these two screws here, and here, and you'll see there's two alignment pins. Do not take those out. So the screws, you want to take the tool that is supplied in the kit and take them out completely. They're not in there super tight, so you don't have to concern yourself having to wrench on them really, really hard. So bear with me, the screws are a little on the long side. Alright, so if you notice, I'm setting the screws back into the machine because I'm going to reuse those screws. Folks, alright, so guys, this is the tumbler apparatus, as I put it. There again, I don't really know what the scientific name to this is. So if you keep in mind the Rotary set, I think is what they call it. So keep in mind that it can only go in one way. So there's no way that you can go this way, that way, or anything like that. So if you notice on the bottom, there's 4 holes. This hole and this hole here. So you got the outside and one inside. That is your set pin. So when you put this in, you'll set this hole here and this hole here into the set pin, leaving this hole and the outside hole for the 2 screws that we had initially taken out. Alright, so basically it's super easy. Those 2 alignment screw holes that I was referring to, you set them, and now those alignment pins are in. Now, by letting go of it, as you can tell, it doesn't fall, so that makes it a little easier for you to set the screws or get the screws put back in it. Now, in my case, I have big fat fingers like I had said before, so I will go ahead and put the screw on the end of the tool and then attempt to get it into the hole. I know my arm's in your way or in my way, but bear with me. So now that I've done that, all I'm doing is just screwing this down just enough to touch the plate. And then I'll move to this next screw. And again, set it in that other hole. And then now I will go ahead Alright, so now I'm turning and tightening the screws. And then I'm not putting a whole lot of force in it. I'm just putting a nice little kind of torque on it just to make sure that it's good and tight. And I'm sorry my hand's in the way of this particular screw, but it does the same thing as the last screw we just did. Alright, now that it's all snug. Alright, so now everything's all snug. So in this case now, we're ready to plug in the power cable for it. So keep in mind that this laser is basically going to be facing the cup. So your cup will be sitting in this area here. And then your laser is going to be like this. So we want to make sure that this wire kind of stays out of the way. And when you go to plug this in, there's a notch so that you can only plug it one way. So bear with me. I gotta get down low. Ow. Alright. Okay. And basically that's it. You just plug it in. On the very top of this where you plug it in, there's a little mark, like a little black magic marker mark. That's where that offsetting pin is, so that when you put this in, it plugs in there. And then that's it. You're all set up and ready to do a cup. In this situation here, to do your cups or your tumblers, you want to grab a hold of the rotary, and this is what will open and close your rotary. 1 second and I'll grab a tumbler real quick and give you a quick. Alright guys, this is what I call a chaser. This is the unit that helps support the tumbler when it's attached to the rotary and helps level it. So basically it's a pretty simple, I'm just going to move it out of the way for now. So basically it's a pretty easy design that comes with your kit. There's an upgraded kit. Be sure that you turn this out basically as far as you can, and you're just doing it by hand. It comes with a tool, a key tool, but in this case here, if you'll see, and they have different kinds of these, but basically you're just going to take it and get it in there as close as you can, and put it on there, and then just by hand tighten that up just so it holds the cup. All right, so basically that's basically how this operates. I am not, and then you're going to, all right, so now here's the piece that I was referring to that levels it and helps keep it balanced. Basically, it just sets underneath the cup. That's basically all it does. And then you would get your level that you would normally, that comes with it, and you'll put it on there. And then you'll adjust it. Whoop, drop my level. Then you'll just adjust it. Bear with me, folks. I got a little mini bubble on top of my other bowl. I got to fix that. So basically, you're just going to set it on there. And then there's a little dial on the top. It's a good idea to take and kind of put the leveling part of it towards the end of the cup. Be sure that the part that you're going to twist to raise and lower is on the opposite side of the cup of where the laser is. Otherwise the laser will hit it as it's running. So once you get the level on top of it, just basically turn this where it's bottomed, and then it's level. I don't know if you can see with my big old hands in the way. So being sitting on there, of course your bubble always is in between the lines, and that's the level part there. So basically you're ready to etch your cup, laser your cup, what have you. So there's an upgrade to this unit, to the Rotary kit, that I highly, highly recommend. It makes life so much simpler, where you don't necessarily have to use this leveling tool depending on the size of your tumbler. It's a really good idea. Tumblers come in various sizes and so forth. So at this point, you're ready to laser a tumbler. I'm going to unpackage. It so happens we have the upgrade model to attach to the Rotary kit, and I highly, highly recommend it. I really, really do. So it just makes life super easy. You can still work with what you got going on here, but with the new upgrade kit is a much, much better way to go.